Well, hello everybody. Welcome to part 3 of me unboxing my souvenirs from the Costa Deliziosa cruise ship, which is, of course, something like this here. And now I have not exactly deflated this toy yet, which, by the way, I will. And as for right now, I will just set it aside. And now, I'm going to find another souvenir. And right here it says, an officially licensed ship model. As you can see here. Costa Deliziosa, Costa Cruise Lines. Now, I really wanted one of these of the Monarch of the Seas, but I'm still waiting for eBay to list some. So now, let's open it. Now, I have one of these of the Star Princess as well. I know where it is. I'll go look for it someday. If not, I'll just order another one. This is like my ritual. Every time I go on a cruise ship, look for models like this. Ooh, styrofoam. Gonna open that up. That expects you to open it like this. And here's the proof. Costa Deliziosa. And now... yeah. Let's open it. It's almost like you're bringing dry ice or something like that somewhere. Yeah, I reckon. There's the boat even in there. Stand by, I'm going to have to use a knife. I did a little cut, so now let's open some more. Alright. Oh yeah, some paper mache, or whatever that may be. And now I'm gonna open it. Like it's getting ready to be cremated or something. Nah. There's the funnel with the blue Charlie on it. Just open it here. Well, this is exactly what I'm talking about here. It's a Costa Deliziosa cruise ship model. And actually these models here are paperweight models. Like if I was to fill out a form to participate in an activity, I can put the ship on the paper and it can weigh the paper down as I write. Or hold on to it to stop it from blowing away as much as possible. Like let's say the fan is on. And as you can see here, this is what it is. As I stated. And we're going to look over the details here. Okay, I'll read them to you. Costa Deliziosa, length 965 feet, width 106 feet, gross tonnage 92,600, crew 1,100, passenger capacity 2,826. Cruising speed 21.6 knots. I would say 21.6 knots. Made in China and passed. Alright. Now, one thing I want to point out about the Costa Deliziosa is, of course, our cabins. Like, my parents were on the Camellia deck, which, of course, neighbors with the lifeboats here. Not sure which side. I think on this side where my finger is. I think somewhere in midship. Somewhere right here. And not to mention that a lifeboat was blocking their view. Actually, it was either here or there. Like, how I know this is, of course, they're my parents that I would go check in on them once in a while, go visit them, and of course, do our family planning for what we want to do ashore the next day. And of course, they got a window, an ocean view, and me and my brother, we got an inside cabin, which of course was the deck below this one here, right around here. Now, window viewing wasn't that good for my parents neither because of the lifeboat that's blocking their view. And when my dad opened the curtains to go overlook the sea, he noticed that there was some chairs. And he thought it was a dining room. And I was like, no, that's a lifeboat. And I still remember the details from that lifeboat. Some of them anyway. 120-person tender, 150-person lifeboat. Because the lifeboats, as you can see here, can't actually be used for tendering. What I mean by tendering is when the ship docks somewhere, they usually would anchor it because the water is too shallow for the ship. And of course, either they have boats come from the shore to pick up the passengers or anybody who wants to go ashore. And along with that, lifeboats are used too. And how I know this is because when I was on the Star Princess, when I was visiting Stockholm, Sweden at that time, I saw a lifeboat in the water. My first thought was the ship was in trouble. But that wasn't it. We had to do it to go ashore. Next off, when I went on the Marco Polo, that's where I learned about tendering. Was, of course, we all had to ride a lifeboat to go to shore. Or to the shore, mind you. And then from there, back to the ship. And with the Costa Deliziosa, we used boats from the shore to go ashore. Myself and many other passengers and crew members. Which is good. The lifeboats here should only be used for an emergency. And I also read in my Civil Air Patrol Officer Basic Course stuff that the vehicles that Civil Air Patrol uses may not be used for the member's own personal gain. For example, I cannot use a CAP aircraft, to go see a friend of mine neighboring in another city. And I cannot use the Civil Air Patrol van to go shopping. And along with that, another thing I want to say is we cannot bring non-members into the van due to insurance or any CAP vehicle in most cases. Now, in FSX, if you've played the Civil Air Patrol Search, I'm sure it was okay to pick up the pilot of that downed airplane. And along with that, I'll tell you in the sense of the Costa Deliziosa's lifeboat, if I was a crew member on board, and if I want to go to shore, I cannot take other crew members with me to lower a lifeboat and just go to shore to, let's say, get some Toblerones or something like that. Chocolates. Or whatever we wanted. That's not allowed. Just like I said about not using a CAP vehicle for your own personal gain, mind you. Yeah. So more to come on this is, right here where these decks are, I used to walk these. And I used to swim here, and I played games here, and did activities on board. I used to come here to whiff some air from the ocean, and the ocean was the Caribbean Sea. And right here, I would go here to eat, along with back here to eat. And that being the case, that's all for now. See you around.